The town of Willow Creek in Virginia had always been a place where summers seemed to last longer than anywhere else. The rolling hills stretched endlessly, dotted with oak and maple trees, their leaves swaying like they were keeping secrets only the wind could understand. The river that cut through the town sparkled under the July sun, and children's laughter could be heard echoing across its banks. For 17-year-old Emily Carter, that summer was meant to be ordinary. Long days of reading under the elm tree in her backyard, helping her mom at the local bookstore, and walking to the ice cream shop downtown with her best friend, Daniel Miller. But life has a way of twisting the most ordinary of summers into something unforgettable, and for Emily, this would be the summer where whispers beneath the sky carried truths she never expected to hear. Emily was not the kind of girl who craved adventure. She loved books, quiet mornings, and the comfort of familiar places. Her best friend Daniel, on the other hand, was full of restless energy. He was tall, with sandy blonde hair that caught the sunlight, and a laugh that could brighten any room. Daniel had lived next door since they were kids, and their friendship had always been simple and easy, the kind where words weren't always necessary. They spent countless hours together, bike rides down Main Street, evenings chasing fireflies, or sitting by the river skipping stones. Emily thought she knew everything about Daniel, but she was about to discover that even the people closest to you can hold secrets that change everything. The summer began with the town's annual Independence Day parade. Willow Creek was small, but everyone came together to decorate floats, wave flags, and share slices of homemade pie. Emily helped her mom set up a booth selling used books, while Daniel volunteered with his uncle, who ran the local fire department. After the fireworks, when the sky was still glowing faintly from the bursts of red and gold, Daniel pulled Emily aside. His expression was unusually serious. He said softly, "Can we talk?" "Not here, though. Tomorrow at the river." Emily nodded, curiosity prickling her chest. Daniel was usually easygoing, never one to hesitate with his words, so his request felt different, important somehow. The next afternoon, they met by the riverbank, where the water glistened and cicadas buzzed in the trees. Emily watched Daniel skip a stone across the surface, his jaw tight. "So," she said carefully, "what's on your mind?" Daniel hesitated, then turned to face her. "I've been keeping something from you. From everyone, actually. And it's hard, but I can't hold it in anymore." Emily's heart quickened. She braced herself for anything, but what he said next took her by surprise. "I want to leave Willow Creek after graduation. I applied to schools outside Virginia, places no one knows about yet. And I got in." Emily blinked, stunned. That's amazing, Daniel. Why didn't you tell me sooner?" He shrugged, tossing another stone. "Because it means leaving everything behind. My family, this town, you. And I wasn't sure how you'd feel about it." Emily tried to smile, though her chest ached. "I'd feel proud of you, of course. You deserve it." But deep down, she wasn't sure. The thought of losing the one constant in her life left a hollow ache she couldn't quite name. From that day forward, the summer felt different. Every walk through the streets of Willow Creek, every ice cream cone at Maggie's Diner, every laugh under the firefly-lit sky carried an unspoken weight. Emily found herself looking at Daniel differently, memorizing the way he tilted his head when he listened, the way his eyes lit up when he talked about the future. She didn't want to admit it, but maybe, just maybe, her feelings for him weren't as simple as friendship anymore. One evening, they were sitting on the old wooden pier by the river, watching the reflection of the stars ripple across the water. Daniel leaned back, hands behind his head. "Do you ever wonder what else is out there? Beyond this town?" Emily hugged her knees. "Sometimes. But I think there's beauty in staying too. Roots can be just as important as wings." Daniel looked at her, his expression unreadable. "Yeah," he whispered. "But sometimes, the whispers of the sky tell you to chase something bigger." As July melted into August, the town buzzed with its summer festival, a celebration of music, games, and late-night bonfires. Emily and Daniel joined their friends at the fairgrounds, eating cotton candy and riding the Ferris wheel. From the top, the whole town looked small, like a toy village tucked beneath the stars. Emily glanced at Daniel, whose face was lit by the carnival lights. For a moment, she wondered if this was what it felt like to freeze time, to hold onto a memory so tightly it would never slip away. But time, she knew, never stopped, and neither did change. A week later, Emily's mother received a letter that shook their household. Her grandmother in North Carolina had fallen ill, and Emily's mom needed to leave for several weeks to take care of her. That left Emily to manage the bookstore on her own. Daniel immediately offered to help. Together, they stacked shelves, assisted customers, and shared quiet moments in the aisles, surrounded by the scent of old paper and ink. One afternoon, as they were closing, a storm rolled in. The rain pounded against the windows, and thunder rumbled in the distance. Emily lit a candle when the power flickered out. The soft glow cast shadows across Daniel's face as he leaned against the counter. "This place," he murmured, "it's like your sanctuary." Emily smiled. "It is. Books don't leave. They don't change. They're steady." Daniel's gaze lingered on her. "Not everything that changes is bad, Em. Sometimes it's the only way we grow." Emily swallowed hard, unsure how to respond. The storm outside raged, but inside, it felt like the silence between them was louder than the thunder. By the time her mother returned, summer was nearly over. The air carried hints of autumn, crisp and cool in the mornings. Emily knew Daniel's departure was drawing closer, though he still hadn't told many people about his plans. She found herself torn between wanting to encourage him and wishing he'd stay. On the last night of summer, Daniel invited her to the meadow just beyond town, where the grass grew tall and the sky stretched endlessly above them. They lay side by side, staring at the constellations. "Do you hear it?" he asked softly. Emily frowned. "Hear what?" Daniel smiled faintly. "The whispers. The sky has a way of telling you when it's time to move forward." Emily closed her eyes, listening, not just to the breeze, but to the pounding of her own heart. "I don't want you to go," she admitted, the words spilling before she could stop them. Daniel turned his head toward her. "And I don't want to leave you, but I have to follow this path. It doesn't mean I'll forget. It doesn't mean we're over. It just means we'll carry this summer with us, wherever we go." Emily felt tears prick her eyes, but she smiled through them. "Then promise me one thing." Daniel reached for her hand. "Anything." She squeezed it gently. "Promise me that no matter where you go, you'll look at the summer sky and think of Willow Creek. Think of us." Daniel's hand tightened around hers. "Always." The stars shimmered above them, as if the universe itself was sealing their promise. In that moment, Emily realized that life wasn't about holding on forever. It was about cherishing the whispers, the fleeting,